Good evening, citizens of the Empire.
Today I'm going to shed my mask again, because I want you to be able to really, truly hear me. It's one of those subjects that everyone has a strong opinion on, for better or for worse. One of those subjects that if you're not careful who you mention it around, you could wake up with a blaster in your face, if you wake up at all. The Force. The Empire would have you believe that people who can manipulate this mystical energy field are horrible monsters, evil people who would rape your dog if given half a chance. The Empire would want you to think that those who can call on the Force need to be silenced, shunned, killed. Hell, look at the news reports. Just a few short days ago, the Empire killed a man on one of the moons of Naboo just on the suspicion that he was a Force user. Why? Why? There's no logic behind it. There isn't. It's scare tactics, people. It's state-sponsored terrorism. Now, I'll grant that some of them are dangerous, sure, but the same could be said of any demographic. Human, alien, young, old, Force-sensitive, Force-blind, core-dweller, rim jockey. But all of them? No. A majority? No. Even half? No. Most of them are just ordinary folks like you and me, people who just want to live their lives with as little fuss as possible. I will be the first to admit that I personally know some Force users. Now, do I like all of them? No, certainly not. There are a few I wouldn't mind if they stepped out an airlock. But they're in the minority. Most of them are good people. Or were, before the Empire had their way with them. I'll go ahead and use an example here, even. I knew a young human gal once. Great woman, she was. Absolutely wonderful person. One of the most compassionate people I've ever known, too. Always went out of her way to help folks with their troubles, especially her family. But she could also feel the Force, and she knew it. She also knew she had to keep it under wraps if she wanted to stay alive. She knew if word got out, the Empire would put a bullet in her head faster than you can say, "I fucking called it." So she hid it. She let her connection to it stew and simmer, untrained and uncontrolled, until one day it consumed her. Yeah, that's right. Because she was forced to hide it, rather than being allowed to learn to control it, her body gave out. She died. A caring, helpful, beautiful woman died because, without ever having met her, the Empire decided that she had committed the crime of being born different. Nobody can control who or what they're born as. All they can do is make the best of it. But when the Empire declares it illegal to do even that, that, my friends, should not be acceptable. What will be illegal next? Being a bit too charismatic? Being too skilled at learning new things? Or maybe it'll be something more physical, like having blue eyes or big tits. Maybe it'll mean that their next target is you, or your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter. Enough is enough, my friends. We must all make our voices heard. We must let the Empire know that they cannot push us around any longer. They can't keep applying this pressure, because, as any good chemist knows,
Volatile contents under pressure will often
explode.